I mean, I don't know if our schedules will match up, but maybe if I do something like starting in the morning Saturday and then going into the afternoon, maybe I'll get some people from the UK to chime in.
I'm on Saturdays. On Saturdays during the day is good for the UK, definitely. We've started on CGUK. We've started streaming on Sundays at 10 o'clock our time, so at 5 o'clock EST in the US. And we've found that the views has gone up quite a lot. Rather, because we used to do it in the US.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's good. Good that you're getting into a wider audience.
Yeah, it's all good. It's picking up traction now. Finally, we've just had to reshuffle a few things, and we do it more like a variety show now. Everybody comes with a skit or a story or a pre-recorded review or something around a central theme.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool idea. Is that Manny and Charlie show?
That is Charlie, ComicsGate, People Circus, Wally.
Yeah.
Probably forgetting somebody. And Cap. So,
were you doing a skit too?
Yeah, I did. What did I do? I did a stop motion thing.
Oh,
if you should I show you? I'll share the screen.
Please, please.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host Wyman. We actually started in on Chubb and I just started in on a conversation about a variety of other topics. We're going to take a quick look at one of his stop motion creations.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's probably the worst stop. It's pixelation, technically. It's probably the worst bit of animation anybody's done so far. But
pixelation.
Right. Let me pause that, and I'll ask you. That's when it's stop motion, but it's with a person. Hey, People Circus. How are you doing, mate?
Welcome, people. Good to have you.
There we go. If you can share that.
All right.
Is it showing?
Yep.
I'll press play.
Go full screen. Go full screen too.
Oh yeah.
Well, you have really neat writing.
I'll make it full screen. I'll pause it. Really?
Brother Chubb.
Connections. I forgot to plug in my. Sorry. Plug it in directly.
Oh, your Wi-Fi connection.
There we go. Yeah. I just gotta plug it in there. There we go. It's in. So it should be a bit better.
Yeah, the Kung Fu episode. Welcome, Unhinged Entertainment. At work, but listening. Well, my internet appears to be okay so far. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, dear.
Is it coming through with sound? Or is it... Because I forgot...
It's clocking right now. It's buffering. For a moment, both your screen and the shared screen went black.
Yeah, connection issues. Yeah, it's just going to give a spinny wheel of death for a while, I think, while it's catching up. Never mind. I can send you a
Oh
link.
man,
I'm just conscious.
I
that it's
remember it
taking
was funny. I love the variety show. It's pretty entertaining.
It's a bit of fun. I'll
Everyone
send you
doing
the
their
link in
own.
the private chat.
Yeah, by all means. That'll be great. Then I can share it in the main chat for people to check out. All right.
All right. Let's see. Who do we have apart from Peep? Yeah, Peep's there.
We
Hey,
got
Jason.
Unhinged. Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's goofy. To this day, I still call people by their screen handles.
Yeah.
Instead of
It's kind of my Sometimes people have got funny names like Captain Fuckhead, and I just don't want to call him Captain Fuckhead the whole time, but I'll have to because I don't know his real name.
yeah. Let's see. Stop motion skip. Oops. Okay. Misspelled motion. Welcome, Randy Siplon. Hey, guys.
Hey, hi, ready? Oh yeah, I got something I haven't shown anybody yet. I've got
nice.
the variant cover that I've done for the collection. Do you want to see it?
Oh, hell yeah.
My camera is a bit desaturated, so the colors are, it's not black and white. It's actually in color, but it's there we go.
Whoa. Oh, hold on. Let me go bring it full screen. Ooh, that is nice. Oh, jeez. So how big is that?
Oh, this is it's huge. It's like it's our measurements. It's okay. Think about it this way: it's exactly 4 times as big as the comic, as the print comic.
Oh, that is nice.
So it's all wrapped around.
Oh, it's a full wraparound?
Yeah.
Ooh, that is cool. I like it. Yeah. Unhinged Entertainment says, Jason, so Unhinged works.
Yeah, Jason. And Friday the 13th is coming up. So.
Oh, that's true. It is. People says super awesome. Yeah.
It is A2. Yeah. Peeps got
it. All right. And that is so cool. And that's what your go ahead.
I was just going to say that every time you do a campaign, you should try and do it a bit better than the previous one, I think. And so for this, I want to. Well, the covers are in color, and they're both going to be wrap around. So I'm busy with the main cover at the moment, but also wrap around. Just trying to make stuff look better and more interesting.
Nice. So would you please take a moment and kind of I don't know if you it's not really a recap, but it's been a while since you've been on the channel, so kind of reintroduce yourself, I guess, and go into like your so-called origin story.
Oh yeah. Okay.
How you even got into art and painting or inks, and how you came to eventually come to crowdfunding your own book.
Oh yeah, I was bitten by a radioactive cyber frog.
Oh, you too?
Yeah. So my name is Karl. I draw and write and market and publish and print and ship Mary Boys. I live in the UK. Mary Boys is what would you call it? It's an indie comic, obviously. It's about teenage Knights Templar who have a strange physical condition, a birth defect, basically, that renders them with. Actually, I can illustrate this with with little.
Oh my gosh!
They look like this. Yeah, so they look a bit like the guy from the Hills of Eyes. You know, they got cleft lips. They don't have any hair. They got big jaw lines and everything, and it's from this birth defect. But when they drink beer, they become super strong and fast, and they can kick anybody's ass, even though they're about 5 foot tall. And they swing around, baseball bats, wear Doc Martens, but they're good boys. And they were raised by and taught to fight by an old priest called Parish, right? And he basically had a past life regression to a time where he was a member of the Order of the Knights Templar. And he found them when they were little babies, and he raised them to save their town from a impending biblical apocalypse. So he's basically Splinter, and they're like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's a bit more gritty than that.
Right.
And can I say? So I've had a campaign which has been fulfilled already. We have about 520 backers currently. It's still on in demand if anybody wants to check it out. I'm selling T-shirts as well and print comics at this point.
Are you running out of T-shirts?
Let's see. I've got about 50 T-shirts left.
Okay, because I knew they were limited.
Yeah. I ordered 100.
Oh, okay, nice. Mad Ruth asks, I have copies of Merry Boys 1 and 2. How does this latest book, Beefheads, tie into those?
It's self-contained. It's going to be 5 self-contained stories. So think of a collection of spirit stories, where it would be in the world of Basham. In each story, it's got its own beginning, middle, and end. But it's got the same sort of components. I mean, Merry Boys is like, if you've read the first 2, you'll know there's a good dose of comedy, a bit of heart, and sometimes there's a message, sometimes there isn't. Sometimes there's character development, sometimes there isn't. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, because people were telling me, that was nice, but we want more stuff about the boys in their world, because there was a lot of focus on Parish. Their mentor. So someone thought, okay, this time it's going to be a lot more about the boys. It's going to be Parish is going to be in there too. You found out a bit more about them, and some interesting stuff that happens in their world. If you had to liken it, I mean, a lot of people liken their comics to a movie. I do it more like likening it to a TV series. Like a movie, you'll have Act 1. Then you'll have the big thing that changes everything. Then they'll go through the middle part where they're trying to cope with the thing, and then they'll have the resolution that plays out. This is more like Quantum Leap, like a TV series, where your character gets thrown into a different sort of scenario every episode, but it's all still pretty much Act 1 in a way, because the overall story arc he isn't on his way back to his normal state of being, if you know what I mean. He's dealing with the things that his world throw at him during the course of the story. So each little story will have its own little structure. Anyway, you'll see. You don't have to have read 1 and 2 to enjoy Beefheads. That's the long and short of it.
Because it is self-contained and it has a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
Very nice. Welcome, Bristolian Dave. How's it
Hello,
going? You guys.
Hello, me mucker. He's from the same city as me. Well, I haven't met up with him yet because of this whole COVID thing. We must go for a beer sometime, Dave.
Oh man, what a kick! Small world, right?
Yeah.
So rewinding a bit, how did you even, learn the skill to be able to draw and ink? Were you interested in comics as a kid? Who were your influences?
Oh, there were
Cool.
quite a few. Let's say, like everybody, I went on this. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Comics as a kid, I read my very first comics were Asterix and Obelix, Mad Magazine, uh, Marvel and DC stuff. I used to read Firestorm, The Flash, Spider-Man, Batman, The Hulk, loads of different things, like a mixed bag of different comics. 2000 AD, which is a anthology style comic book magazine in the UK. That's where Judge Dredd comes from.
Oh, all right.
That was quite popular when I was growing up. Yeah, so it's a whole mixture of that, I would say, and all of that stuff was traditionally drawn.
Yeah.
Real masters of ink, the real ink slingers, Jack Davis, Wally. Oh yes, I was also really interested in EC comics, the Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, Haunts of Fear, that stuff. So real emphasis on good line art. That was like, the artists I like tended to be guys who could really do really good line art. And of course, with 2000 AD, it was guys like Mick McMahon, Brian Bolland, uh, Kevin O'Neill, who did Nemesis, who worked on League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with Alan Moore. Just loads and loads of influences. But I tend to like the more the expressionist guys. The ones who don't do realism exactly. They always do something that's a bit more nuanced. But at some point, I actually do want to try and improve on realism. I want to try and do something that is going to be abstract, because I can draw like that, but I haven't really done it in the project yet. Maybe I'll do like a short thing where I'll draw the boys, for example, the way they really look if it wasn't stylized, if it was actually realistic, because I know exactly what they're meant to look like. So that'll be quite interesting. Or maybe get somebody else to do it, somebody who's better at it than me. But I don't know.
Unhinged Entertainment says, I can see the Mad Magazine influence in Karl's style. Great shit.
Yeah, I love Mad Magazine. Yeah.
Mad Ruth is chasing a 3-year-old around. Thank you for answering my question. I'll be sure to bag Beefheads when I get a chance.
Awesome. Yeah, we've got a 3.5-year-old. I know what that's like. I know what that's like.
Range. Wow, that's so close.
Yeah, no, they're great. They're very hands-on, but they're awesome.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, kids are awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Here. Oh, how do we? Oh, all right. Mary Boys Beefheads on Indiegogo. So I dropped the link in the chat for those of you who want to sign up, and of course, everyone should sign up. You don't want to miss out on this.
Yeah, if you sign up now, and you order and you back the book, then you get a free card with it's the same. It's the card is the same design as the T-shirt. If you scroll down a bit, there we go. Yeah, that's the card with a black background.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I haven't printed that anywhere else, so I thought, yeah, that'll be nice.
And that was originally a sketch or PC did as a commission art, right?
Yeah, it was a backer sketch, and it just seemed too good not to use on other stuff. I don't know who ended up with it. The thing is, I actually on the previous campaign, there was a tier where you could get a sketch. You go on to, and it could have been of anything that the backer wanted. So, but a collection of people, they didn't tell me what they wanted. I think probably because when I emailed them to ask them, it probably went into their spam folder. So after chasing it, I was like, okay, I'm just going to draw whatever, just the boys, and this was one of those. and it just came out really well. And I thought, yeah, that would look really good on a shirt.
Yeah, it does.
Because it's all about, for me, it's all about, stuff that I would really like. I'm wearing these shirts like I'm so happy to have T-shirts with my own characters on now. But you can't have just one screen printed T-shirt. You have to do a whole lot of them for everybody who wants. And luckily, we could cover the cost on that. So I'm really happy about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that came out really nice. So let's see. That's the same image as that. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So to receive a 5.8 by 8.3 inch card with your order. You'll also receive the latest updates and news from the campaign. 5 by 5.8 by 8.3.
Yeah, it's A5 for people in the UK. So they'll be familiar with that size. I think I've got about 205 or 210 people signed up already. So
Nice.
it's coming together. It's coming together. I'm thinking of launching, if everything goes well, by latest April, but it'll probably be earlier than that. It'll probably be around February when everybody's recovered from the Christmas bill.
All right. Good deal.
But I'm working on the comic now, so yeah, it'll be, hopefully I'll be reasonably far along with it by the time I do that, so it won't be a terrible long wait to get into people's hands.
5.8 by 8.3. Is that like postcard size roughly?
Yeah, that's it. That's
right.
the free card. Yeah.
All right.
Whereas that print, the one of Parrish riding the pig.
Yeah.
If you scroll down a bit, that's going to be like, remember last time I did. Let me get it. I've got it here. I did a print with one of the boys.
Yeah.
In front of. It's going to be the same size as this print. On the same kind of stock. So I just wanted to do something like that again because people liked it, and gives me a chance to work a bit in color again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just take a pull up my headphone there. There we go. Cool. Back.
Were you having some audio issues?
I just pulled out my own earphone jack.
Oh, all right.
What does Jason ask? Have I been to the States? No, I haven't traveled that much, to be honest. I've been to various places in Europe and Africa.
Oh, you've been in Africa?
Yeah. I grew up in South Africa, and I was in that part of the world for most of my life, and then I came to the UK, and from the UK, I mean, everything is so close in Europe. It's like a 2-hour flight to pretty much anywhere in Western Europe. So it's on your doorstep.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people just travel a lot out there. Such different countries.
Yeah. Whereas you guys, I mean, you got a massive country. It's like you do a lot of driving. Do you do a lot of driving? Do you do a lot of traveling around?
I don't do a heck of a lot of road trips. I like to, and one of these days I'd like to, like maybe rent a. Well, actually, I guess you could take a car if you wanted to. I'd like to go on and visit every single state in the country someday. When I was married, I wanted to, like get one of those trailers or like a Winnebago or something.
That's cool.
A motorhome, and visit every single state. But at this point, if I can
get to the point where I can afford to step away from work for long spans of time, then I'd love to start doing road trips. That'd be cool. I haven't left the country yet. Furthest I've gone is Hawaii in the westerly direction, and the the East Mediterranean on the eastern side.
Right. Yeah. Well, for you guys to leave the country, I mean, unless you stay in New York and do the transatlantic thing, I mean, which is still like 6 hours flying. You know, it's if you're on the West Coast, you have to fly. Am I thinking this right? You have to fly over Canada, over Russia, to get to say Western Europe, depending on where you want to go. But yeah, no, it's different. It's different. A whole different setup. But yeah, I mean, I can't complain. I want to go to the States at some point. I mean, there was talk of a ComicsGate convention in May coming up, but I don't know if that's if logistics. Because I mean, there hasn't been much talk about it since. So I don't know if that's still going to happen or not. But if it does happen, I'd be up for giving it a shot. Yeah, if they let me in.
Oh, of course you'd be let in. I'd see to it myself.
Probably a list of international terrorists or something. Now that with the election going the way it is, they're gonna. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen now. Thought police and whatever. If I can get worse.
Yeah, especially since you hang out with the likes of Commie Mark and his Russian collusion.
Yeah. That's it. Commie Mark's just a provocateur. I don't think Commie Mark is all that commie. I hope he doesn't hear me say that, but I don't think. Yeah. Well, let's put it this way: I'm probably the most anti-communist person ever, and I still hang out with Commie Mark somehow. So can't be that much to disagree on.
Jason's been to Canada. That's like 4 hours away driving. Yeah. I love to visit Canada. I have some extended family out there. Yeah, I was about to say CGCon or For the Fans Fest was pushed back to the fall. It sounds like EBS is the main driver and doing a lot of the organization, and like you said, it was going to be May originally, but it was pushed to the fall of 2021. As I understand it, in part to give the world more time to recover from the stupid pandemic. And I'm not sure, but I wonder if part of the reason there's not much talk about it right now is because it might give SJWs more time to plan to try and
hijack it. Yeah. No, that's true. Well, the way I guess you do it, I mean, I listen to a lot of metal, and if we've got a way of canceling shows, they've got a way of calling the police and saying, "Oh, there's a band there," and if they play, the local businesses are going to get, people are going to get harassed, and there's going to be violence. Whereas it'll be a band who used some Second World War imagery on an album 20 years ago. sort of complete and utter garbage reason for it, but it happens all the time. And so what bands tend to do, if they've had any sort of trouble with the far left, they say, well, okay, we're going to be playing in the city, but they don't announce the venue until half an hour before it happens. Yeah. So I don't know. That's probably the way to do it, but
yeah. But eventually, it's gonna become a crowd-funded project. that's one of the things that's going to be unique about it. Those interested in going are definitely going to want to back it because that's part of how you get admission. And then in terms of the tiers, it's going to be based on what you're interested in doing. Like if you want to, well, if you're a creator, I don't know if this is still going to hold true, but if you're a creator, then you're supposed to be able to get a table space for free or something like that.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Yeah, because I mean, everybody who goes there will be selling stuff anyway, so it won't be that.
For sure. And then if you want to partake in a particular special event, then you want to back that tier. Like if you want to have a beer with Cecil or something like that, then you select that one. If you want to have a beer with Malin, you go. Or maybe if he ends up not drinking, have a Coke or Pepsi with Malin. Then you choose that one. There's also that thing, I don't know if you heard, but there's a certain, I want to say it's the Gold Skull t-shirt of Graveyard Shift, where...
Oh, yeah. If he sees you wearing one, then he has to buy you a beer. Or I think that's the game. Yeah. Heard of that.
Or he'll have a beer with you. So you'll have everyone who got that shirt hanging with him. I don't know if there's going to be any wrestling. Any mud or oil wrestling. And then there's going to be like a main stage where different major channels can do their live streams straight from the convention floor.
Kelsey Shannon can wrestle a bear.
Yeah, that would be neat. That would be neat. And I don't know if he was joking or if he was legit saying entertainment would include Flint and Flossie, and he was trying to get Fabio.
Fabio, I've heard of. I don't know who Flint Flossie is.
It's this rapper who does these, very suggestive videos, but he gets a kick out of them, and he plays it often on his channel nowadays. And what's another thing? They're talking about a dunk tank.
Okay, that'll be popular. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I think at one point, there was going to be a Seesaw kissing booth.
Right.
And there might even be some tier where you can hang out with a bunch of CGers for a day in Disneyland, Disney World, something like that. So I'm pretty excited about that. I just got to make it a point to save my money for it because I think it's, coming from Ohio, I'm probably going to fly. I don't know if I want to make that long a drive.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent a lot backing campaigns. So I have to manage my money carefully.
Yeah, it's not cheap, this whole crowdfunding thing. That's definitely true, especially with international shipping and all that stuff. Yeah,
and you want to help everyone succeed too.
I know. Yeah,
you want to get everyone fully funded, and you want to see them succeed. You want them to realize their dreams and go on to make their next book. And it's like, oh, my wallet.
Yeah, I know. It breaks my heart. I mean, I back I've got like I allow myself a number of projects that I support. But just a lot of people they do hundreds of projects. It's crazy. It's mad. It's a big lot of money, and then a lot of those projects don't. I'm not just saying ComicsGate. I'm saying like various projects just do not come to a completion. Like I've just actually for no reason at all, I looked today at that. You know that Icarus and the Sun?
Icarus. It sounds familiar. I don't think I ever got around to backing it.
It raised. It's not a ComicsGate thing. It raised $500,000 or something, and it was up against Cyberfrog at the time. And I think it just beat Cyberfrog, the Blood Honey, the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but narrowly. It beat it, and the guy still hasn't delivered. It's been 2 years now.
What?
He still hasn't fulfilled it. And I'm like, damn.
When did the campaign end?
Same time. It was around the same time as Blood Honey.
Is it on Indiegogo or Kickstarter?
Indiegogo.
Icarus and the Sun, is it?
Yeah.
Is it SUN or SON?
SUN. But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, I'd be really annoyed if I was a backer there. King Toad's comic says he's also in Ohio.
Yeah, I think there's a few of us. Jason says, if you want to have a beer with me, just buy me a scotch.
Can do, yeah.
Yeah, King Toad's comics, The Mothman. Oh, your book looks really nice. He's an Ohio boy too. Just watched the new Mandalorian and figure see what's going on in the stream world. Oh, cool. Thanks for stopping in. Jason fulfilled.
Cool.
Even though some people haven't checked their front office to see if they got their books. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I think I'm still waiting for Absolute from Unhinged Entertainment. But I'm gonna find out ASAP. Let's see what else we got going on. I was curious about this project since you brought it up. Did you say you did or almost backed it?
No, I didn't back it because he went off on a bloody tirade against Ethan at the time. Well, not a tirade, but he said he painted Ethan as an evil to be defeated and all sorts of crap. So I was like, well, yeah. I don't know. I wasn't really into the book anyway, so I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna help you along. This one, yeah. Ohio. I was thinking about there was something in the news about Ohio recently that they've legalized all hard drugs. Is that right?
Oh, I had not heard that. I don't remember it being part. Well, it wasn't part of this last elections ballot. I don't.
Was it Ohio?
I remember hearing that. Let's see here. Just watch my figures. King Toad, did you hear anything about Ohio legalizing hard drugs? I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about over the next couple of years legalizing marijuana, but what's weird is they had no infrastructure in place. I mean, it's like they're not even permitting dispensaries to open.
It was Oregon. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
I knew it started with an O.
Oh, King Toad just backed Jason's book this morning. What are the odds? Jason's all, you are not. I shipped it. I don't think Ohio. Yeah, I don't remember hearing anything about Ohio.
there was a state
Yeah,
that.
it's just me being stupid and not knowing
Oh no! I
anything
mean,
about the United States.
well, there's what 50 states to keep track of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard something in the news along those lines though, and I would my first guess would have been California.
Yeah,
Of the
all the
stupid.
evils seem to happen in California.
Yeah, and that's where you have Hollywood, so it kind of
Yeah.
makes sense. Um, and I think that's also Nancy Pelosi's district, so it all comes full circle.
Uh-huh.
Let's see here. Yeah, but now that you mention it, it was Oregon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Portland, I think. I don't know if it's the entire state or just certain major cities, but I don't understand their mentality. Their thinking. Maybe they're on drugs, and maybe that's why they got it legalized.
Well, the argument is it's worked for Portugal. I don't know what worked means. See, they're basically seeing as drug addiction as a condition and not as not as a crime. But the thing is just that aren't you going to have a lot of recreational drug users, coming to your state? Aren't you going to have more suppliers moving into your state to supply people who now have less inhibition to buy something that is legal?
Right.
Aren't you going to strain your own medical services with people with problems developed, that arose due to this more permissive drug legislation? That's what I would think automatically.
Yeah, yeah. I totally agree with you there. Jason finds it funny how the Brits know more about the U.S. politics than most of the U.S. does. It often seems that way too, and it's kind of sad that people aren't more involved in at least staying up with politics. And
yeah, but we're idiots. I mean, I live in a city that protests. It's crazy. I'm in a university town, right? And they're more anti-Trump protests here than there's anti Tories, the Conservative Party. I'm like, what the hell has it got to do with you kids? Show me on the doll where Trump has touched you. And if you're gonna protest a world leader, it won't be the leader of our closest ally, who leads a perfectly good democracy, who's definitely not a bloody dictator. I mean, the fact that you can have the fact that the riots have been raging on for the last 4 months in Portland shows you that there is no dictatorship. The fact that people can criticize them as freely as they do shows there is no dictatorship, because dictators don't put up with that sort of thing. You get carried away in the middle of the night, you get tied to a chair, and people go to work with you with a potato peeler. That's a dictatorship.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. It's craziness. I was just gonna pop over and look at this real quick. Oh, they are actually updating people.
Okay, there's an estimated time now.
It's from 6 hours ago. Book is being printed until the end of October, and our expectation was to start shipping in November, early December. Got the shipping status confirmation. Books will arrive. Then we'll start shipping. And they waited all this time to start sharing the digital version as well.
Yeah, the thing with digital versions, I was like, when I did it, I wasn't sure of when to actually start shipping. What I did was I as soon as I had a digital version, I gave it to everybody who backed it.
Right.
But there's a certain way of thinking that people who paid more for the print version, they should be getting that first. But everybody was getting the digital version anyway, so I didn't see any difference to that. I don't know if I'll do a digital version again, though. It's just because it looks like for 90% of people, it just went into people's spam folders, and they didn't bother reading it anyway, because people don't like digital comics. So yeah, I don't know if I'll do it again. We'll see. See what happens. Hey, Tatsunami.
Yeah, that's, I kind of have that mentality too. Release the digital version when the physical backers are fulfilled, because they are paying significantly more for the product.
Yeah, but it's like a different thing if everybody like gets the digital anyway. So I guess you're fulfilling to them because that's what they paid for. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like digital comics. If I like a comic book, then I really want to own it physically. I don't want to read it on the computer screen.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm old school and I prefer the physical media. I'm like, and I know I've explained this before. I've told this story over and over, but I like the feel and smell of paper, and I like easily being able to navigate from one page to another or different panels on a page or on the other page. With digital, I don't know if it's just their way of designing the user interface, but I don't care for it. Not only are you missing out on the physical and, using the sense of touch and smell, but if you want to like go to a previous page, you have to like hit a back button or do a swipe, or it just feels kind of odd. And if I want to take, go ahead.
Sorry, Karen. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt like that. And I was just saying it changes the way you read it.
Yeah, it does.
Definitely does.
Like
for example, if you with a digital comic, typically, say if you've got a tablet, okay, best case scenario, most people read them on computer screens, which is terrible, or phones, which is even worse, because such a small, tiny screen. But say if you've got a tablet, you're still not going to be able to read the thing as is without zooming in. So you don't get that whole splash effect. You don't absorb the whole page. You don't see, or you don't appreciate the composition of, because a whole comic book page should be an immersive composition where one part fits in with the rest of it, and forms unity. It isn't just a bunch of little windows that are the same. They all form part of a bigger whole, and that kind of kills it for me, because I like to experience that splash, and then I start zooming in and I go like, okay, this is how it flows, and then I'll go, then my mind, then I'll go all over the page again. It just changes the way I enjoy it. That's all. It's just not the same for me.
With digital, it's like using the magnifying glass, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. And I hate when I hit the wrong button and I don't go to the place I was looking for.
Yeah.
It feels clunky, basically. What made you go with the Knights Templar theme?
There's a lot of reasons. It was like a process of elimination, in a way, I guess. It was sparked by, like, I did an older comic called Sparko, graphic novel, and everybody who backed Merry Boys got a digital copy of that. So if you haven't read it, it's probably there's a link to it somewhere in your spam folder. But there was a character. It's actually, that's where Harry, the one of the Templars, comes from. He started out as a totally different character, and by the end of the book, he was a Knights Templar. He revealed himself. He was wearing this long-haired wig that I got really tired of drawing, so I just had him take off the wig at some point. He wasn't. I mean, when I started the book, it was stupid. I was completely inexperienced with writing stuff, and I just wrote each issue as it came up. And by the third issue, I thought, I've got to throw in some sort of hero because the protagonist was pathetic, and I needed somebody with a little bit of direction, a bit of gumption to take the story to its conclusion. So I decided to introduce this skinhead Knights Templar. Skinhead because he took off his wig, and he was like a guardian of London, and he stopped all these terrible things from bubbling up from under the city. So he was like a protector sort of character, and I don't know why I went with Knights Templar for that. But yeah, good question. Not sure. I think it was like a kind of it was just a force of good. It was something that had ties with English history, because the whole comic was about the things that stayed in the collective subconscious, right? And I thought the Knights Templar would be like a force for good, an undisputable force for good in the collective subconscious of the entire nation. So I guess that's probably the reason I did that.
Nice. Let's see. Is Mary Boy's mailing list at moment or campaign? It's the early sign up on the mailing list.
Yep.
You want to sign up on this webpage. I will. Oops. Drop the link again. By signing up early, you'll receive a 5.8 by 8.3 inch card with your order. It's like postcard size.
Yep, that's right.
And it looks like actually, hold on. Yeah, wait. Is the free one going to be the? Yeah, here it is.
That one, yep.
Mary Boy's on the black background. This image is the card you'll get for getting on the mailing list. And then during the campaign, you'll get this print here when the campaign launches.
And now that there are more people watching, I think I'll show the variant cover again.
All right.
So this is going to be, I'm still busy with the main cover, but this is going to be my variant cover. It's in color. Sorry, my camera is turned down to is quite desaturated, but it's in full color this time, and it's going to be wraparound. Quite a
nice
big piece of artwork.
Is that original? Is that on canvas?
This is card. Yeah, it's like yeah. I just draw on like heavy cardstock. I'll show you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like it's just what I like about it. It's relatively smooth, so you don't get all that texture from watercolor paper.
Okay.
But it's quite thick too. So if you do your washes and things, it doesn't warp as much. So it's nice to work with. It's a bit more difficult to scan. That's the problem.
So do you scan it yourself, still, or do you have do you take it to a place to scan it?
Oh no, I just do it myself. I've got an A3 scanner. It's a A3. Here we go with international sizes again. The scanner is about the size of a full size comic book page.
All right.
So you only have to scan it once. I'll have to break that into two.
Okay. All right. Let's see where I left off here. Yeah, or campaign. Oops. Hello. King Toad also likes smelling his comics.
Yep, everybody does, me included.
Yeah. Comic book high. It's like buying a digital painting. It loses what makes it special to you.
Yeah. The appeal of something being touched with human hands, that's the thing. Just throwing an effect on something is not the same as rendering something with your own hands out of your own imagination.
Yeah. Was that double page spread ultimately going to be available for the original art
going to be available in the campaign?
Yeah, possibly. I haven't really thought about it, but yeah, that's it. It's probably going to be difficult to ship because it's a board and I won't be able to roll it up. But yeah.
You might be able to use, like, I once bought some or won some auction items from Dan Fraga.
Oh, yeah.
He had an auction where he was selling some of his Masters of the Multiverse artwork. And what he did is he went to a store, it might have been Michael's or something like that, or Hobby Lobby. And then he went to, or maybe it was at Walmart, but he went to where you have that like foam board stuff. The foam board that's already prepared for you that kids use for like science projects.
Uh-huh.
And it's like it folds out into 3 panels. It's like he picked up one of those and then cut it to size. And it miraculously got here in one piece. The foam acted as the, help protect it.
Yeah, so, you'll need something quite sturdy.
Something that the post office won't try and bend.
Oh God, yeah, jeez.
There was some
stainless steel frame.
yeah. There's some delivery nightmares out there.
Yeah, luckily there weren't that many damaged items for me. I think I picked out of the 520 that I fulfilled. I think I only had about 4 or 5 that are replaced. If it happens, I'll replace it straight away. But and then you just you claim from the insurance. I claim from the insurance and we just replace it. So it wasn't that many. But it is annoying when it does happen. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What did Jason ask? Will it be will have an end or be ongoing? For this collection, it is just short, self-contained stories. Or you mean just in general? Will there be an ending? I foresee. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, there is an ending, but there are a few arcs that I'm planning that'll have to happen before it will end. So ultimately, yeah, but not planning on doing that at this moment.
Gotcha. Yeah, fucking cool. Yeah, I love your work. King Toad just signed up. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Excellent. So what inspired you to come up with this print? I mean, is it integral to the story?
No, it's more like let me show you. Oh, here we go. For illustration purposes again. I made these little. I did this recently. I decided, to just as a drawing tool, so it helps you imagine where the shadows and things fall. I just did some little heads and plasticine. Just for my own reference, I've got a Templar one here too.
Yeah.
It's quite handy, And I was surprised at how close I could actually get them to what they would like.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with Jason Krager of Hammer. His book is Hammer and
the Viking project.
Yeah, well, it's like it's kind of like what if you've got kind of a Mad Max environment and you introduce Mjolnir, and Mjolnir is looking to find an owner and comes across this girl, and she becomes kind of like a Lady Thor, if you will. And the guy Jason, he's also a sculptor.
Mm-hmm.
So he makes full-on figurines or busts of his characters, and he
often uses them as reference, and also he's got the creatures in his book. He makes full on. What do you call them? I want to call them mash kits.
Maquettes.
Was it?
Maquettes, yeah. Maquettes is well, maquettes artists use them like these hoity-toity, when people say maquettes to me, I always think of those really horrible paddle hand sort of
Yeah.
artist bloody figurines that look nothing like people and doesn't give you any sort of sense of anatomy at all.
Yeah.
But obviously he must have done something better than that.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. He's a good sculptor, and he uses those as reference in his as he's doing the book.
It's very handy. It is very handy. I mean, I've never really done it before, but it just gets your mind going a bit more. I think especially when you're doing stuff like with the ink washes, it'll help because I do a lot of rendering with shadows. So it just kind of suggests to you where things can be, and you can obviously change the light shot. You can change the light source, incandescent light, all sorts of things. And if you're going to be painting, that helps too, because you know how shadows have colors themselves. If you had to put a car next to a field of grass, the bits of the grass is going to show up in the paint work because there's a bit of the light. The main source of light will bounce from the grass onto the paint work, and it'll just add like an extra sense of realism. But sometimes you need like a push to see how it's going to work, and and having maquettes and statuettes and things, it just helps so much for that.
Yeah, indeed. Let me see something here. I was going to show you real quick. Excuse me. Excuse me. So
yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, his stuff is really awesome too. Let's see. But you see on the right-hand side the tier.
Oh yeah. Okay, I have seen that before. That's Loki. It looks Loki's skull.
Yeah, you can get a bust in the campaign, and then his Draugrs. So when I don't know if the term is exactly right, but I keep wanting to call it like a bash kit, where you take model kits and different assorted model kits and cut out pieces and throw them together to form things from other figures, or a lot of people do that for vehicles and stuff. So these are like walking mechanical creatures, and so he uses these as reference for his drawings for his book, but he's making a certain number of them available for purchase.
Cool.
And then this is the big bad boss, which you can also get a figurine of. And as you can see, some of these already got sold. The Draugrs. So, and then let's see, there should be another.
I'd love to do that, but it's just the shipping from here is going to be a nightmare.
Well, I was about to ask. When you started showing this off, I got all excited, thinking, well, maybe you're getting into the figurine and bust business too.
I'd love to, because I can use ZBrush. I can do digital sculpting, and you can print those out. But I don't know if it's just practically, how do you get that to people? That's the issue. I mean, but on the other hand, Carlo Rowe figured something out, but he didn't have that. I think he didn't have that many. He did a figurine that looked a lot like those old Masters of the Universe. Deathsworn?
Yeah.
He did like, I think, about 10 or 20 Deathsworn figurines. And I think, I don't know how much that would have been to ship to the US from here, though, or from Europe. Yeah, I'd love to do them as this sort of scale, this sort of scale sculptures, and it would be sculptures, not sculptures, but not really toys, like an action poses and stuff. I'd really love to do that, if only for myself. We come back to doing things for myself again. It's like everything I want to do is like things that I've always wanted to have for me, and yeah. So maybe there'll be one.
Isn't that trippy? The fact that he includes this as part of his campaign.
Yeah, it's. I think everybody should like play to their strengths. Obviously he can do that.
Yeah. It's just amazing to me. What the? Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, all right, good. Let's see here. See, too many Jasons. I am unhinged. Mwahahaha.
I know the feeling. I always get confused with Carlo Rowe, so there's too many Carls too.
And Karl Marx and like.
Oh yeah, I'm a doppelganger for Karl Marx. Yeah.
King Toad asks, "How much would you charge for a personalized head sculpt?" Asking for a friend.
What me? I'm not a. This is just something I made out of plasticine. I mean, I don't even know if this thing would actually survive a trip anywhere. It'll probably be like flat as a pancake by the time it would arrive somewhere. So it would have to be made out of Super Sculpey or something like that. And no idea. I would absolutely not. I haven't even considered that.
Is plasticine just a temporary kind of medium?
Yeah. It's like, sorry. Bit of a delay. Say again. It's temporary. It's the same stuff that claymation, animation. Right. It's the same stuff. So it's quite malleable. I sculpted it like if it's warm, if you warm it up in your hands, it gets quite soft and you can do whatever with it. And after a while, if it cools down, it gets a little bit harder. But still, if you had to hold it a little bit too long, it'll just get soft again and it will deform, quite quickly.
Okay. Jason says, "I could completely see Mary Boys as toys or PVC." Yeah. King Toad wants a Mothman bust. I can do molds, but need the sculpt made. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, have you tried? I mean, if I was to do this sort of seriously, I would definitely try doing it like with digital tools. You can do so much now. And if you can have it printed out, then you can make a mold from that. But yeah, I haven't tried. Honestly, I've made something out of Super Sculpey like once or twice before. The second time, something exploded in the oven.
Oh.
So probably not the person to do it.
Yeah, I've done a couple small Sculpey projects myself. I couldn't stand how bad the smell was. It's because you have to bake it in the oven.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you just get used to it when you use it a lot.
Apparently, there's another type that just dries if you take it out of the container, and then it just you don't have to put it in the oven. But then you got a very limited amount of time to sculpt it.
Yeah,
and that kind of scares me because you get up, you go do something else, you forget about it, and then you do everything.
That would be
me. But yeah, that would be cool. But it's just another thing. Like I've got such a long list of stuff that I want to learn. Like at the moment, I'm doing a bit of animation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm just with After Effects. Just got some tutorials on how to do character animation with that. So I'm doing a few walk cycles now. So yeah, it's just spreading yourself. Cause what I want to do is this with this campaign. I just want things to be bigger and better. And I want to do a proper video with a bit of animation and you're just getting the logos right, get people properly excited. And I don't know, it's just like another feather in your cap if you can do proper videos and things. So I've spent a little bit of time doing some tuts, and I think I know what I want to do now for it, and it's going to look a lot better than the old video. The old video looks atrocious. It was just flung together, you know. I'll probably get somebody else to narrate, to do the voice too, because my voice is just monotone. You know, I can't. Declination is really bad.
So do you think your first promo video is going to be part of the pre-launch, the early sign-up, or does Indiegogo not allow you to edit things once it's up?
I actually don't know. The thing is, I think the video should include the pages from the campaign,
Right.
And so I won't do the video until I've got the front cover finished and at least say 7 pages from the interiors, so people know what to expect. I think that's what I should be doing.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Definitely get in on this early sign up for Mary Boy's Beefheads. And what does the term Beefheads mean?
It just sometimes you get an idea to call something a word, and you don't know why. Then you have to go look up the meaning of it, and you're like, okay, a beefhead can mean somebody who's an idiot, but it can also mean somebody who likes to get into fights. Beef, like beef scrap. What's your beef?
Yeah.
So that's it kind of ties into that. I mean, I had a bunch of other ideas what to call it, but none of them work quite as well as Beefheads. I think Beefheads kind of just works for it, because it is a collection of like at least 3 of the stories are quite high octane sort of. So there's a lot of action. There's a lot of comedy values, sort of stuff to it. So I thought that would work. It's whereas the origin story was if you look on the inside of the cover, it's called Primal Wounds, because it's got a bit of gravitas to it. So yeah, I just wanted to do something a bit different this time.
Okay. King Toad says, for my second book, I'm going to hire someone to make a trailer. I threw the one on there now using a free program on my phone.
That's what I did for my old one.
And people like it, but it's on a budget for sure.
Yeah. On the other hand, I mean, there is something to be said. The whole thing about crowdfunding is that you get the idea that you're helping out the underdog, right? You're helping out somebody who's like a diamond in the rough, somebody who hasn't got a great deal of means, but they've got talent and they've got a story to tell. So you're rooting for the underdog, so you're helping them get their project out there. So I've also thought to myself, doesn't it take away some of the appeal if things look too polished in your promotion? Never mind the comic must look perfect, but if your promotion isn't quite perfect, then it kind of it adds a bit of character to it. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm a big fan of promo videos. I think a good promo video shows a bunch of the artwork, interiors, and it tells you a little bit, kind of gives you the elevator speech where it tells you what the story's about, and
but the thing about it can give you all of those things. It can be informative. It can be very good, but it can also be very clearly on a budget. Like take you know what I mean. So it's like you obviously don't have a dedicated studio with a green screen and a top of the line camera to do it with. If you're doing everything on your phone, but it can still have that heart. It can still have the essence of it while still being very clearly, an amateur video.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a wonder what you could do by yourself these days with the technology out there. Um, when I take the time to actually use, edit videos and upload them, I still use iMovie. So I'm real low down there in, fanciness.
Well, some people I've heard of people videoing their weddings on their iPhones. So and it looks really good. It looks as good as a professional photographer his work. So.
Yeah, you could actually now make. I mean, some people are even making full-length feature films from their smartphones.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more on the indie side, just to promote the power of these devices now,
Mm. Mm.
and what you can accomplish. But
Yeah.
I haven't been able to wrap my head around it because it seems like even if you have the tools, working on such a small device on a small screen, I find it challenging. It's probably not an issue for a lot of people, but
I think the difference comes in that you'll have somebody working with a very on a small device, okay, but typically those will be people who know exactly what they're doing, who know exactly how to get the lighting right for that device, so they will adapt the environment so that whatever you record is how it should be.
Right.
Mm.
Right. Let's see here. Jason likes Beefheads. Yeah. I think it also depends on the campaign. Mary Boys is very punk and gritty. A clean promo video wouldn't fit right.
Yeah, like think of a punk music video or a oi music video or something where it's quite you'll have some it will be put together, but it'll have certain tropes, and I should have the same kind of tropes when doing Merry Boys because it's on brand. It's how it should be.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. King Toad says, I set mine with the tone of the soundtrack.
Uh-huh.
Nothing compares to Drew's Captain Love song.
I haven't heard that.
You haven't heard that?
No.
Oh, man.
Does it compare to Grom's? Because I can't get that out of my head. Galactic Rodents of Mayhem. He's got the most awesome song ever for a comic book campaign. But yeah, let's listen to Captain Love.
If I can get my... See, part of my problem is now I have all this other software running in the background. I think it's my stupid antivirus, anti-malware protection.
Which one do you have? I don't want to get into a lot of tech, but just for interest sake, I'm always curious what other people are using.
Well, I've got Kaspersky Internet Security.
Yeah.
And I also use Security Suite, which is the default used by Spectrum Internet. And I think what the problem is that it's got some processes that are programmed to run during the day during normal business hours, which makes no sense.
Yeah, I used to use AVG, but it's it's very cumbersome. It's very intrusive.
Oh, so is Norton. Semantics Norton.
Norton is a virus itself, to be honest.
Well, the Windows operating system is also a virus, so.
Yeah. Touche. Yeah, definitely. Especially Windows 10.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on a Mac, and I'm using Mac OS 10. But I think one of my other problems is I have a tendency to have lots and lots of tabs open. So I have 3 different web browsers open. In Chrome, I'll have, on average, about 50 tabs open.
Jeez, okay.
On Opera GX, which is a gaming version of their browser, I've got about 100 tabs. And then in Apple Safari, I've got maybe 15, 20. Let's try and play this. I think you'll get the
song immediately on this trailer. He's got like 2 actually, or was it the second one? Yeah, now you're gonna buffer on me, aren't you?
I can hear it.
The video's not even displayed on my screen yet.
Hi, my name is Drewish, and I'm the author of the Captain Love.
Awesome. He didn't.
I'll tell you all about the second book, Rise of the Pirate King. Yeah, that's a thing. And in this book, you're gonna get everything that you would expect from Captain Love. Yeah, you bet. And I'm blessed enough to be able to use an amazing creative team. If you know what I mean, it feels like the universe is caving in and love to the rescue.
Cool.
And it seems like nothing will be right again. And love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. On. Now, Captain Love is a space trucker and a former war hero. There is even a legend that he may be immortal. He's accompanied by his spade. He is a living AI. Yes, I said immortal. And then he cannot die. And it feels like the universe is caving in. Love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again. And love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. Oh yeah.
Can't hear me.
In this book, you'll get space pirates, sexy girls and science monks, epic bar fights, space battles, and a lot of awesome junk. There's nudity and violence and swearing within, so this book is mature. That means it's not made for children. And you feel like the universe is caving in. There'll be love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right up there. There'll be love to the rescue. Captain 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 Love to the rescue. Thank you for your time. Please back Captain Love and help me share this character with the whole world. And if you're not too busy, like and share this video and help me spread the love. Stay awesome.
Isn't that cool? Oh, shoot. He left. Uh-oh. Where'd he go? I didn't realize he dropped. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh. Oh my gosh, I was wondering where.
There we go. Yeah, sorry, the sound bugged out. I pulled out the jack again, and when I put it back, it just didn't come back on, so I just had to pop out quickly.
Oh, okay, all right. Did you hear any of it?
Yeah, I heard most of it.
Okay.
It sounds awesome. I envy that, being able to make music. You know, that sounds great.
Yeah, he's a musician. That's
It's a bit like the Cramps.
He's really talented. He's like artistically stylish. Let me see here. I'm just going to catch up here, and then we'll wrap it up here. Nothing compares to Drew's Captain Love song. Yep. Be stuck in your head for days. You might want to close the tab or 600.
It is a cool song.
Beginning of the
I'll
song.
give it a proper listen when I'm off the stream.
Yeah, it's a good song, but it's a bit long for my taste. Hail from Greg Levitra. Welcome, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Best part of CG, how creative we all are in our campaigns. I agree.
We have to be. We don't have any money, so we have to do things. It's very punk. It's very DIY. So you have to come up with stuff. You have to just make it. You have to just do it yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is pretty cool in itself.
Oops, shoot. Hello. I forgot to include the link. Oh, geez. All right. Hail Shane. Hail Greg. All right. Yeah, so coolness. Very cool. When do you go live?
This will be probably around February. I just want to get a decent amount of pages done so that, because I know, well, this time around I'm trying to do things right, in the sense that I just want to be prepared. I didn't realize how hard it was marketing stuff, how much time that takes.
Oh, yeah.
Schedule.
Going on people's streams and everything.
For those 2 months, it is just, it literally takes 2 months out of your roster where you could have worked for something. So I want to get myself a nice, just get ahead with it before I start making promises. I want to deliver on time, like I did with the last one. So yeah, I'll do that. So it'll be earliest February, latest April, I think.
All right. I am going to give you the floor. I dropped the link again. Everybody sign up on the early sign-up list. Get yourself a free postcard of the original Merry Boys 1 product, or 1 and 2 issue cover. I'll show you again. This guy here on the right. And then on the left, when the campaign launches, you'll get an opportunity to get this print.
Mm-hmm.
The pig riding. So
that's right. That also started out as a backer sketch, actually.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it did. Because it's also somebody who didn't tell me what they wanted, so I thought Parrish riding a pig makes perfect sense. And then I looked at it and I thought, this could be quite epic. This could really work. So I decided to turn it into a more just a better drawing.
Yeah, I would be more than happy to have something like that. I'm going to give you the floor. Would you share with the world how you can be found on social media?
Yeah. So I'm mostly on Twitter. Maryboys1, MARYBOYS, and the number 1. And I'm on Facebook too, but it's mostly Twitter. And I've got a YouTube channel that I've started picking up recently. There's a link to that on my Twitter, I believe. I think I'm quite sure there is. Yeah. And yeah, get in touch. Sign up to the list. And you won't be disappointed. The other thing is, I've still got Merry Boys 1 and 2 on in demand for anybody who hasn't read it yet, who hasn't backed it, who want to get in on that. It's a reasonably cheap entry point into ComicsGate. If you haven't backed a ComicsGate project before, this is a good place to start, I think. And since everything's already been printed, I've got boxes and boxes of the comics sitting around the house. We ship it out pretty much next day. So if you back it, you'll get it quite soon. And that's the appeal. So yeah, that's me.
Fantastic. Yeah. Hi, Jennifer Grover. Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Thank you so much again for your help the other day. Oh, cool. You're welcome. My pleasure. I'm trying to make out your avatar. Is that a female with giant hair?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Ice cream hair.
Yeah, I'm trying to give her some assistance in joining streams and stuff, and getting the audio and video to work. So she can hop on people's channels and chat it up.
Yeah, chat is good. Chat is good. It's only socializing I get to do these days. So
Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people are the same. You know,
absolutely.
it's good. Keeps us going mad.
I am. Let's see here. Oh, I guess I had an extra tab out of 400.
Yeah. Are those little dots that I see at the top of your screen? Are those all tabs that you have?
Those are all tabs.
Bloody! Why? Why do you have so many tabs open?
They're because I do so much ComicsGate promotion. I try and keep tabs on the progress of different campaigns, and keep track of the ones that I still need to back versus being on the fence on whether or not to back it, versus whether or not I want to back it another time.
It's like a reminder.
Yeah, exactly. They're kind of like my bookmarks without making them formal bookmarks. Because it seems like whenever I bookmark stuff, I never get back to them. So if I keep them open, then I can just try and find the tab on it. What is the name on your Twitter again? Mary Boys 1.
Yep.
Yeah, Mary Boys, the number 1.
That's because, like an idiot, I got Mary Boys, but then because the description, my description, what's it? Teenage Knights Templar at the fag end of the 20th century. Twitter took objection to the word fag, which means cigarette in British English. So they nuked that, and then I couldn't have it anymore. So I had to redo it as Mary Boys 1.
Oh man.
Yep.
Can you post a link to your YouTube?
Yes, I can. Let me just find it.
And while you're finding that, you can find me on Facebook and YouTube under WyzGyz Entertainment, Twitter under WyzGyz Tweets, Twitch under WyzGyz Twitches, Parlay under WyzGyz Parlays, Instagram under WyzGyz Now. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Mark the bell for notifications. Indicate that you want to get all notifications, so hopefully you don't miss a video or a stream. I'm going to try and squeeze in a couple streams tomorrow, which is Saturday, because one of them is going to be an unboxing. Oh, that reminds me. I'm too late to check the leasing office. Oops. And I might do an insane venting stream about politics.
Yeah, somebody has to.
Let's see here. Did you already get the link for your?
I've got the link. Oops, I'm trying to. I want to post it in the chat. I just need but I don't have the. I don't have the link to the video. It isn't in the tweet.
So Jennifer says Christopher John drew it. It's Grover from Sesame Street. All right, your avatar is Grover.
Oh right.
Jennifer says I just got home and I started drinking immediately. It was that kind of day.
It's been a heavy week. I mean, even I find that even not being an American, I find that it's been quite. It's been my nerves are raw because obviously it's got implications for us too.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I found the stream. Let me just post that link in the chat. That stop motion thing that I did. I'm just going to post that video.
All right. Well, I have the video directly to the stop motion one, but I think they wanted the one for your channel.
Here we go. Yeah, so just follow that to the channel.
Where is it? Did you drop it in private chat or? Oh
no, I'll put it in the main chat, the public chat.
Oh, all right, right on.
Oh, I don't see it. Or did you already do it?
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
All right, cool. There's usually a delay from YouTube to StreamYards, and I'm usually monitoring the chat in StreamYards. All right.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I'm a complete noob with this stuff. I don't know how things work. It's something I need to get better at. Slowly but surely, one thing at a time.
Yeah, you seem to be doing a pretty darn good job. Did everybody, especially King Toad Comics, did you get the link? King Toad says he's not seeing it. Did you hit the enter key or the send or the chat button?
Yeah, did yeah. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna go back there.
Oh dear.
I'm a total boomer.
So what is it Mary Boys 1 also on YouTube? Or is this
No, it's I don't have enough subscribers yet to get like a name sort of thing.
Well, what is the channel called?
It's called Proper Comics.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, weird. It isn't showing up. I'm sure. Control V.
What the frick? How did that happen? How is it that I'm not subscribed to you? I am now. All right. So let me drop this link.
Can you see it now?
I don't see it from you, but I just dropped
Weird.
it. I just dropped it in chat.
Yeah, I can see it from me, but
I hope it's not
else
the things that was hidden on my side as potentially suspect. No, I don't see any from you at all in my YouTube interface. Weird. Yeah, so I dropped the link to Proper Comics, so check it out.
Yeah, I can see it from you there. I don't know.
All right. All right. So thank you to everyone in chat for being with us. Thanks for hanging. Thanks to everyone who watches this on replay. And very special thanks to our brother Chubb. King Toad just subbed. So now you've got at least 2 more subs from the stream.
Awesome. Everybody says build your arc, build your platform,
Yep.
And, getting on that. First 100 is apparently the most difficult to get. So
yeah, or in my case the first 1,000. I'm at like 224 now. So going slow. They say in about 3.5 years I might hit 1,000.
I think Charlie's London got her first 1,000 in a month. So
yeah. Well, she's just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a lot more appeal than me. Alrighty, and she's doing all these great things with CGUK and all these partnerships, and now she's got this project she's working on. So that's pretty epic. Thank you to everyone. Thanks to everyone who watches us on replay. Thanks to our brother Chubb. And we are ending the broadcast in 3, 2, 1. Bye.